I am a fair believer in karma, good karma and bad karma. So, my buddy Pete, he owns the LCS that I like to frequent. And every now and then, I throw him a bone. And this is one such thing. I'm also going to show you a reason why I throw him a bone, okay? So, I told him, he asked me, he always, every now and then, he asked me his opinion of certain books that, he finds or he gets in. He called me in and he asked me about this one. What do I think about it? Should he get it pressed? And I told him I get my presser to press it for him, and I'll grade it for him free of charge. So that's my way of saying thank you to him. Now, I don't think this is going to be a 9.8. I think it does have capacity to be very high grade, though. I mean, I think it already is very high grade, but it does have, if you look up and down that spine, it has little ticks. You see that? It doesn't appear to break color there, but it has little ones that go up and down that spine. See that? Same one here. It has a little bit of discolorment right here by the staple. I tried with an eraser to get that out, and I couldn't get it out. Overall, the book looks pretty nice, though. It certainly is in high grade. Look, it's got some waviness that these books tend to have because of the covers. You can actually get 9.8s on those wavy. Come to think about it, man, this looks pretty good. I got a feeling this can this get the 9.8? This might be able to get it. They don't really break color. I'm definitely going to have Kendra press this for him. It's the discoloration that I'm a little bit worried about the most, other than the those little ticks. But look at that, man. That is one pretty looking book. See that? That's the waviness I'm talking about. Certainly, in my opinion, I think this is already probably like, see, look right there. You could see more of the faults, although minor. But that's really where the faults are, right there. But already, I would say this book is no less than a 9.2, with possibility to even go to a 9.8, maybe. But realistically, depending on the grader, I could see this being a 9.4 to a 9.6. I'm going to get the Miles Morales special label for him. This is a freebie I'm going to give him. All right. And then I'll show you guys a deal I just made with him. All right. I got these 3 books plus $116 with taxes, and I actually got 2 more books that I'm including in that, but those are readers. Something's Killing the Children readers that I needed. All right. 2 of these look to me like they might be 9.8s. I just inspected both of them again. I'm not going to take them out of the bag right now, though, but I think they might be 9.8 pre-screens. I think. Worst comes to worst, I'll get them pressed by Kendra, but as of right now, I'm going to send them out to be pre-screens, these 2 anyway. This one here is one that I've had at 9.8 and 9.6, about 5 9.8s and maybe 2 or 3 9.6s on this particular book. However, I'm still holding a 9.8 on it right now. I've sold all of them, usually for between $200 and $250, but now we're in late March now, 2025, and Conquest made an appearance in the Invincible show, and this book went through the roof, man. It's now, It's around $450 to $500 right now in a 9.8. I think this has a shot at being a 9.8 pre-screen. So I'd give it a shot. I'm definitely giving this a shot. And this one also has a shot. This is Aaron Paul's character that was also in the series. Awful cover, but because it's his first appearance, this can command probably between $150 to $200, I'm assuming. All right, that's part of the deal. That comes in the deal that I made with him. And then I get this one. Now, this one I don't believe is going to be a 9.8 because of the spine. It has little ticks, and because it's got that black border, you can actually see the ticks right there. You see that? Right there and right around. You know what? Come to think about it, man, it doesn't look as bad as I thought they would. But because that kind of breaks a little bit of a color, just a little bit, I don't know that this could be a 9.8. It can, I guess. But I want to get this signed by McFarlane next time he signs. And then I'll have probably CGC press it and have McFarlane sign it. See what I do. See what I get with it. Right. This will be the gravy. Even though I could probably get gravy with these two, it all depends. I'll show you why I made this deal. Okay. Even though I get this 3 books and I pay I'm paying $116. So I actually need this one to come back no minimum than a 9.6, a 9.8, and I'll be happy. Okay. All right. This is the deal. This is the book I wish I had. I got this book in an Italian 9.8. Also have an Italian 9.2, but this is not the Italian version. This is the real deal, Holyfield, buddy. Real deal, Holyfield. It's not a 9.8. So I made a deal with him with that. I would get it pressed and graded for him. Reason I don't think it's a 9.8. Well, I know for a fact right now it's not. Because it does have those ticks that this book tends to have that drive it down. See? That breaks color. It's got like 4 ticks in a row. Right there, it's got 2 right there. See? And it's breaking color, but very lightly. Yeah, there's the other ones right there. So look, it's actually more than 4. There's 1, 2, 3 that break color, and then the other little ticks don't really break color, but they're there. The minor ones can probably come out. And then it has a little bit of, let me see, where's that at? Right there. See that? A little bit of a crease. That crease can come out, but I'm going to need Kendra to really work on that one to come out. Because of that, now we'll look at the back. It's a pretty book. I'm going to definitely have this one also. See it right there by the staples. Is that discolorment or is that part of the cover? Doesn't look bad, really. Not the sharpest corner. And then see right here, you can see, look, that can use a press right there. That can use a press, without a doubt. If I hold this against the light, you'll be able to see a little bit of a light folding right there, very light. That's from Turning Pages. I think you can see it over here too, slightly when you hold it up against the light right there. See it? Right there. But it has a lot of potential, this book. Can this be... Man, I don't think this can be a 9.8 because of those ticks, but I certainly think that this can be no less than a 9.2. No less than a 9.2. Definitely has a shot at a 9.6. I didn't want to tell Pete that, or I didn't want to get his hopes up. I did tell him that it might be a 9.4. But imagine I get this back at an 8.5. I didn't want to soup him up, but I'm gonna have to get this graded. Cannot get this graded on the modern tier. I think CGC is gonna laugh at me if I tried modern. So I'm gonna try to get it in high value, because in its current grade, see that right there? You could see, I mean, it needs a press right there. See it? Needs a press, and then of course you got that crease. It's a light crease, but current condition, I think this is right now. No press, it'll come back on 8.5. No press. I think so. 8.5 would come out. Maybe 8.0 with a press. It's got a shot, in my opinion, at a 9.6. More than likely it'll come back at a 9.4. Imagine this comes back at a 9.8, man. I mean, that would be fantastic. Of course, my price would go way up, because at high value, this is $95 to get it graded with my account. That doesn't count the pressing by Kendra. So it's going to probably cost me around $150 to get this graded. Now, if this goes up to maybe a 9.4 or a 9.6, CGC might say, hey, you got to pay more. If they do that, then I'm going to have to talk to Pete and tell him, listen, man, maybe we got to work out a deal, because I ended up paying more than I thought for the grading. But I think he'll be happy. If he imagines comes back at a 9.6, I think he'll be happy to pay the extra. I'd be happy for him. And I'm also going to get the Miles special label for him now. Look at that. These are both his books. I wish they were mine, but nope, it's his. And man, what if this has a shot at a 9.8, I think. Really good shot at a 9.8. Decent shot. Okay, decent shot at a 9.8. This has a shot at a 9.6, I think. Imagine though, 9.8. We'll see. We'll see what they come back as. Bye-bye. This baby took a trip around the United States because of shipping errors by FedEx. Luckily, it got to me, though. Reason I sent to Kendra. Man. This guy... The major concern for this book for me was that crease, that slight crease that we had right here going across. It was probably about 5 inches. It is completely gone. That was my major concern. Now, I knew there was nothing to be done about the color breaking ticks, though small. I mean, you could see them right there. Very small ticks, but you could still see them. And that's actually the reason why this got the grade that it got. But everything else that this had wrong, it is no longer there. Go to the back. Remember, that had a spine roll, slight spine roll in the back. And that's pretty much gone. Really a pretty book, man. I was thinking best case scenario probably would have been like a 9.4. I thought it had an outside shot at a 9.6. Yo. pretty book. I ended up going with this label. I just don't like the Miles label by itself. I don't like it. I don't like the current one that they have. So, but I like this one. This one's actually pretty cool. Spider-Verse label. He's in there. But I'm liking that big time. Oh my God, man. He's going to be really happy when he sees this. I know the grades already for Gwen. That's coming actually tomorrow. And I know the grades to the two of the three books that I made a deal for. It's not going to be financially not a good deal for me, actually. All right. So originally, I was going to be paying for the high value tier just to get it graded, $119. So originally I was thinking, okay, so I'm going to pay $119 for this plus Kendra's fee plus the $116 something that I paid for extra for the three books. So I was thinking maybe it was going to run me close to 300, right around the 300, to get the deal for the three books, right? But CGC augmented the price, $84, because it was 9.6, and you know what? And listen, I got no problems with that. At a 9.6, this is right now. It dropped in price big time. This used to be a $10,000 book. At a 9.6, it's down to like around $4,000. It will go back up, okay? And that's a fact. It's gonna go back up whenever speculation on Miles Morales. Miles Morales is a very popular character, and he's popular with the youth. This character can only go up in value, especially from where it's at now. But it's not a book that you would want to sell right now. I mean, unless you really, really need the money. But I wouldn't even be considering selling almost anything Miles Morales anyway. But all in all, just for the grading alone, this cost me $213. Then the Kendra Press plus the $116. I mean, we're looking at, man, it's a big deal, man. It's a big deal for me, because the 2 out of the 3 books are coming back graded at lesser grades than I thought they were going to be. So financially not a good deal, but I'm going to end up getting my $84 back, hopefully in a book from Pete, hopefully, and maybe we can make a little bit of a lemonade with these lemons with the other book. But you know, I'm happy for him. This is what happens. I mean, you know, you make deals, and sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. You know, Pete won big time on this. Big time. I'm happy for him. And wait till you see the other grade that he's got on Spider-Gwen. Okay. The last few deals I'd made with Pete did not go so well for me. 9.0 on this. Now, I'm not going to show the whole book. Just not. But because I'm not going to regrade it again anyway. I thought both of these had a shot at 9.8. I actually said I was going to send them as pre-screens, and I got to looking at them really well, and I said, you know what? They need presses. I sent them to Kendra. Grading is subjective, and yeah, I mean, this one got close, 9.6. It's not bad. I mean, I think I could sell this for $100. I might be able to. I mean, I'm going to ask $150 for this. We'll see what happens, right? But the grading and the pressing fees cost me about $45 for the books. This is including the shipping to Kendra and the shipping to me. $45 a book. So I mean, you're adding another $90 to the deal that I made with Pete for the UF4. I I'm going to be lucky if even I break even. I need the Spawn now to come back at a 9.8, and it won't come back at 9.8. So it's going to be a light loss for me. It's going to be. I mean, but it is what it is, you know. I tried, you know, I give it a shot. If this comes back at a 9.8, I have a great deal, right? I'd have a great deal, but it didn't. So for Pete, however, yeah, nice. I said we had a shot at it. And yeah, I thought it was going to be a 9.6. I'm going to be honest, though. I really thought it was going to be a 9.6. This is where, see, you know what? When you hold it up against the light, you can kind of see, but you can't really tell those punctures, right? Those stress lines. You can't really tell that much that they're there. Very nice. I will say that the waviness is gone, which, you know, I knew obviously that was going to go. Still a little bit right there, but good enough with a 9.8 now. We saw all of that. That was perfect. And then over here, I mean, it still has that little bit of discolorment there, but 9.8 is allowed. Light defects, and this one definitely does have them, but it's a near perfect book. It is a near perfect book. It's pretty. It's really pretty. Has gone down in price a lot. You can get this for like $700, sometimes a little bit less than $700 for a 9.8. Still a beautiful book, still a good book, and I think it's a book that's going to go up in price. Because this book was part of the lot, I wanted to see this all the way through. This all hinged on Invincible 61. Because that came back at a 9.0, I needed one of the other two books to come back at 9.8 so I could at least break even. However, came back at a 9.6. So for me, this wasn't really a great deal because I ended up paying extra cash for all three books, and plus the grading and the pressing, you know, it was significant. So now Pete still owes me, it's close to $100 for what the extra, the CGC charge for Ultimate Fallout. But hopefully, I'm hoping, man, that he gives me a good book. He owes me a book, so yeah, we're gonna cross our fingers that we get a nice book for that, because I'm gonna need a nice one, man. But either way, look, somebody's gonna enjoy this book. I was thinking about getting it graded. I mean, getting it signed by McFarlane whenever he signs again. But then I was like, you know what? If it's not a 9.8, then maybe I'd be paying too much for the signature and everything. It's pretty expensive when he signs. But all right, that's the deal, man. That's the deal. You win some, you lose some, and yeah, this one not too good for me. Great deal for Pete. Very happy for him. He was real happy when he saw the books, by the way. Really happy. Later.